Hello everybody. Thomas has picked this interesting little thing up. It's being sold by Isp Supplies, but it's made in China. So we could assume, just like any other knickknacks from many other companies, that it's probably white label. Regardless, Isp Supplies has provided this interesting little thing to the market, and it is a POE tester. So I wanted to show this to you guys. It's kind of neat. Now I do advise you, by the way, for using it, don't leave it plugged in for more than, well, you want to be able to just test it, and that's about it. Just long enough to test. Here, I'll demonstrate. So I'll just plug this in like so. Yep, that's good enough. About 10 seconds. That's about all you want to leave it plugged in for, because it'll get up to about 140 degrees Celsius internally. Now, this isn't a hit piece. I'm not like, I think this is cool. Actually, I'm in the process of ordering one for myself. But I do want to point out all the aspects of this cool little device. So if you look on the hood of this thing here, we've got 802.3AF in passive, 802.3AF passive, 802.3AF 4-pair, 802.3AT, 802.3AT, 802.3BT. So this is actually covering like the different sets of power pairs, because like in some cases, I guess with passive PoE, there's type A, type B. So this covers all of that. So what's really neat is, okay, so I programmed the ports on this little switch onto my side here. My favorite lab switch, by the way, which as you guys know was provided by Tycon. Let's plug this guy into the first port. So this one is set up as B. It's showing B is lit, so that's 802.3AF. Okay, let's move this over to another one now. Okay, let's plug it into another one. B. I actually programmed them all for a different type, but of course, switches auto sense as well. And when switches auto sense, they'll do what they want. So these ones are set up for BT. Now it's not showing as BT on here, so I'm not sure what that means exactly. It's getting very hot, by the way, but it is saying 802.3AF 4-pair. So I'll plug it into the BT port over here. And since this is a Tycon, I would trust the Tycon switch a little bit more than this, but this is again saying 802.3AF 4-pair on there. And now let's plug it into the actual passive 24-volt ports. Ironically, the passive 24 here is pulsing. And it's pulsing on the last one, so 24-volt passive. So it's looking for a load to trigger. That is what it is doing here, and that'll happen if I plug it into the other one as well. So that's an interesting little thing. Let's take it to pieces. Oof, it's really hot, so let's see what's in here. So what do we have here? We have a couple of little POE chips on here. I believe that they're Texas Instrument clones, which you guys will find out because there's going to be a jump cut that's going to go to a section of video where I put this under a thermal imaging camera. Say we got some resistors here. We've got some transistors, basically voltage regulators. We've got a couple of full bridge rectifiers in here. Full bridge rectifier, to quote Mehdi Sedigar. Electro boom. Now we got some more resistors in the bottom here. These are basically loads. This is all dummy load. These resistors are essentially dummy load. We've got 2 up top and 4 on the bottom. So that's realistically all that there is to it. There's not much. So these things are TI clone PoE chips. So these guys are designed for triggering PoE on devices. That's basically what their purpose is there. And then, of course, these are for rectification of the power coming in. And then we've got some standard Ethernet transistors across here, a couple of Zener diodes. Zener. All right. Got some diodes in here. So that's really all there is to it. There's really not a lot to this thing. But I'll tell you one thing. It gets hot, man. I'm going to do one more little thing. This is a little trick that we use in our industry. So I give it a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on here. Boop-a-boop. Okay, we're going to plug that in. And now I'm going to put this onto the hot port, the BT ports. And let's see here. Yep, the ISO's gone. All right, so really that's all I've got for you. This is just an interesting little teardown of a really neat device that my friend went and picked up. There we go. I'll put it back together. There's like nothing to it. This is really cool. All right, there we go. Now, they didn't ship this to us. We saw it. We thought it was a cool idea, so we picked one up for testing purposes, right? All right, so that's all there is for that part. Thermal imaging. I was testing it out, and it was getting really, really, really ridiculously hot. And so I thought to myself, well, I think I should take it to my buddy who's got a thermal imaging camera and see what it looks like under the thermal imaging camera. We're going to find out what gets hot. So here we go. Power it up, and there it is. So right now you can see some resistors there that are getting a little spicy. So there we go, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. Look at the heat. And I'm curious, on the back here, yeah, there's a couple of resistors there that are getting ridiculously hot too. So
the voltage regulators for the LEDs.
Ah, it's the VRs, okay. 100 degrees, dude.
So do you want to unplug that?
That is fascinating. So, like, the temperature just runs away, basically. Let's put my hand under here. That's neat, eh? That's cool that my black nails emit more heat than my golden nails. Black body.
These are almost certainly just cheap Chinese clones
Cheap Chinese clones of what?
of Texas Instrument devices.
Oh, I get you. It actually looked like it was the diodes in the way back down on temp. Here, let me. We're at 53, so that's reasonable. That is a beautiful little thing. I want to make sure I get this good. This is such a fancy little device. It is. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below, and if you guys want to help the channel and keep us fed, don't forget you can also join the Patreon. Really appreciate it if you would. One last thing, in the comments below, if you have any ideas for videos. You can also interact on the Patreon, but in the comments below, if you guys want to see a specific topic, tell me about it. I'll catch you later.